And I wasn't prepared for that. I wasn't prepared for feeling that way, even when you're not together.
Welcome back. Today we will take a look at a divorced woman crying after divorcing her husband because she thought the grass was greener on the other side.
What's the one thing you wish everyone around you knew about getting divorced?
Everyone always prepares you that whenever you're going through a divorce, losing your husband or wife, you go through a grieving process, grieving for the loss of your marriage, the loss of your hopes and dreams together. But one thing that they really don't prepare you for is the loss of a friend, the loss of your best friend, the person that you always wanted to tell your day and to tell, your small wins and your small victories. And I wasn't prepared for that. I wasn't prepared for feeling that way, even when you're not together and haven't been together. Just having that desire to have them as a friend again.
Another contemporary woman appears to have made a spontaneous decision to initiate divorce proceedings without fully contemplating the potential ramifications. It is likely that she was swayed into believing that departing from her marital union was a prudent choice after being influenced by the counsel of an online figure advocating divorce. Many individuals, particularly women, often resort to the internet not solely for educational purposes, but rather to seek affirmation for preconceived notions already rooted within them. This tendency arises from an underlying awareness that their actions might not align with what is truly right or appropriate.
Is there anyone out there in TikTok land that can tell me what you're supposed to do with your life when you've been in a relationship for 20 plus years with the same person? You have children, you have, built a life together, and then all of a sudden that life is no longer. What are you supposed to do with your life? Like, I work, I'm a registered nurse, I have a career, I guess. I have hobbies, I have, a house. I have all the things that I guess you need to live the life, but I don't know how. I don't, do you date other people? Do you sort of, I just don't know. I want to focus on myself. I want to be happy. I want to heal from this whole process that I've been in. But I also want to live life. I also want to have fun. I don't want it to be all about being miserable and feeling sad and just going through the motions of life because my relationship, my marriage broke down. I just don't want to do that anymore. I want to be happy. I want to move on, and I want to just find joy in life again.
The justification that I just want to be happy is a lie. Indeed, it often echoes a recurring narrative, repeatedly centered around oneself without a clear understanding of genuine desires. Consequently, individuals might express surprise when former partners proceed to move forward with their lives, as exemplified in our forthcoming segment.
My husband fell in love with my best friend. Now ex-husband, ex-best friend, but they fell in love. It's now been 4 years, and I wanted to share a very important lesson that I learned. The people that are meant to be in your life will be in your life. Nothing will stop them from simply being in your life. If it's so easy for someone to leave, then they were never truly meant to be with you long-term anyways. Also, I see people begging people to stay in their life. You really want someone in your life that you have to beg for? No, thank you. And if you're really fighting for someone to stay, don't you value and respect yourself enough to just let them go? I know that divorce is really hard, and I know that sitting in the loneliness is really hard, but it's way better than begging and pleading for someone to see your worth and your value. You are worth so much more than that, and I hope you see that. So from one heartbreak to another, I see you and I love you.
It is remarkable to observe how these women consistently endeavor to maintain composure, appearing unaffected despite feelings of jealousy, hurt, and bitterness upon witnessing their husbands move on. Despite their attempts to conceal it, signs of anger and disappointment are perceptible. For further confirmation of her dissatisfaction, I came across a recent video wherein she openly acknowledges the misery prevalent in her life.
So there are some crucial things that people don't talk about after you go through a divorce. The fact that the quietness and the emptiness in your home when you don't have your spouse or your children is deafening. You have to really get comfortable with being alone, and it's very uncomfortable. You quickly realize that you are now the center stage of all conversation in your friend group because you're now living this wild and fun life because you're no longer attached to anybody. And I don't know about you, but I spent a lot of my time crying and eating pizza and drinking wine in the bathtub. Being single is glamorized in today's society, and people are saying, yes, good for being single, and you should really, really just enjoy it. It's so freeing. When really you lost your purpose because you've been supporting this person for X amount of years and supporting their aspirations and their goals and their dreams and their desires, and you lost yourself along the way. So now it's beautiful. You get to find yourself, but it's hard to sit in that and be like, oh, who the f am I? So maybe be a little bit more gentle on the single people in your life.
The outward portrayal of strength, independence, and happiness exhibited by numerous single women on the internet often conceals a shared narrative of profound sorrow experienced behind closed doors. Despite the public image of contentment, many of these individuals grapple with inner turmoil, characterized by feelings of loneliness, despair, bitterness, and anger, leading to a state of emotional distress and unhappiness. If you would like to support my channel, you can do so through donating via Super Thanks, which are located to the right of the like button. I greatly appreciate your support. As is our customary practice, I extend an open invitation for you to subscribe and share your insights by liking and perspectives through comments and reflections. In the interim, I wish you all the very best, urging you to take care of yourselves. Until we convene for our next episode, I bid adieu to each and every one of you. Farewell, dear audience.